Today, on Be Something Wonderful, specific or general, how to imagine it manifested already. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back here to the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. Big video today. A question came up, as it often does from time to time. This came up yesterday in sessions. Tom, should I be specific or general about assuming and imagining and affirming my wish fulfilled or the scene of what I want? And this question got Abraham Hicks, the spiritual teacher Abraham Hicks, the non-physical Abraham, answers that question by saying, go general when you're feeling resistance or you have a negative sensation or feeling. Go general, and that releases the resistance. And there's a lot of power in that and a lot of truth to that. But I want to go further than that today. So the old question, should I be specific when imagining and thinking my desired outcome? That feeling of resistance, that it doesn't feel good, right? But what are we really talking about here? It's not really a question about whether you should go specific or go general, right? Be specific about the fulfillment. Be specific about it being done. Be specific that it's yours and you are that person you want to be. That's power there. So the resistance or the negative sensation is not about whether you're imagining a specific or general scene, but rather it's your thought, hear this, or assumption that you're separate from it, that you're separate from what you want. You're separate from the reality you would like to occupy. You're separate from the identity you would like to be. That's where that comes from. So it's not really about specific or general, though I do see Abraham Hicks' point and others, right? The power and potency of any imaginal scene or assumption, I am that I am, is in its implication what it implies, that your wish is already fulfilled. This is what Neville Goddard talks about. It's in the implication. It's in what the scene implies. It implies fulfillment. Be specific about that. Be specific about embodying it. Be specific about that it's done. That's the difference. Let's unpack this. The resistance or that negative sensation comes from the thought of having to manifest and move to a desired reality that you believe that you're not in at the current time, that you believe is in the future, that you believe you're not occupying, believe an identity you believe you are not at this moment, right? Versus already being that version or identity for whom and through whom that reality is real. As you stand in your current reality, in that frame of reality, in that present moment, and you imagine it, thinking, this is the whole idea of thinking of it, of the love, the family, the house, the money, all of it. And then wanting to see evidence out there. And it takes time and persistence is what this client was talking about, right? We're going to get to these ideas, right? But none of that is true. That's a thought that it takes time and persistence, that there's no evidence of it yet, but I'm waiting for the evidence. Do you see? It's not whether you're specific or general about that scene. It's the difference between thinking of your better life, hear this, versus thinking, imagining, assuming, and affirming from it. That Neville Goddard talks about this, right? That's the difference. It's the difference between tolerating the conditions until the conditions get better, until you have evidence that your better life is there, versus creating the conditions, right? Being in that reality. Persisting in the end feels like effort, and it gets exhausting when it feels like that, when it feels it's outside of you. Very powerful today. So the reality or your experience of reality, because that's all reality is, it's an experience, can't change while you are thinking and feeling that you are separate from it. In other words, while you're assuming and imagining and affirming that you're separate from it. You're affirming that it's there, but you're feeling separate from it. Right? Your affirmations are to affirm that you are it. But at the same time, you believe you're not it. That's it, right? That's what we're talking about. So it's not about going general or being specific. In other words, it's being the identity for and through whom your desired reality is already real. That's the real answer to that, right? Persisting in the end. Remember, persisting's not exhausting. Persistence is not effort. It's not about having patience. God is patient because God's infinitely patient. Because God knows that God doesn't need patience. God announces reality. That's why God's infinitely patient. That's divine patience. Knowing that you don't need it because you are all that is. Right? Or tolerating conditions. None of that's persistence until they change or improve or you see evidence of them. But what is persistence? Persistence is choosing and making a decision from within and then staying there. Choosing your identity. Choosing your reality. Choose for whom and through whom you want that reality to be real and staying there. This is the difference between what you have here, where the frame feels outside of you and you feel like you're thinking of it, to you thinking from it. Right? There's the future frame. There's the past frame in your linear experience. But what's really happening is you're all frames. You're all experiences. You're this past experience and you're this future experience right here. They all exist within you. You are reality. You see and perceive all conditions from your new chosen identity no matter what. That's the difference. You stand here in that frame that you were previously in here looking outward, looking inward and saying, okay, I'm going to see all reality, all appearances, all conditions from this new identity, from this new chosen frame, from this new reality. Then that future frame is already within you. So now you're embodying it versus believing it's out there, right? No matter what you embody it, you perceive reality and conditions as you would like them to be. And if it's a past situation, as you would have liked them to be, because it's all happening now. That's power today, right? So, and I touched on this yesterday and when I was answering some questions, but remember, when you're shocked, when you're frustrated, when you're confused about 3D reality, about things you're seeing and perceiving, then you're believing in it. You're agreeing that it's reality or that that's your experience. Do you see it? Remember, the conditions are conditions, but I am. In other words, I get to determine my experience of those conditions because I am reality. I'm the awareness within which they take place. So instead of being shocked and frustrated and confused, be surprised. Be delighted. Be curious about reality. Right? I think Abraham Hicks talks about surprised and delighted. I like those words. But be curious, be surprised, be delighted, not shocked and frustrated, confused. When you do that, you're saying it's real. And I believe it. And I agree that that's my experience. Whenever you're shocked, frustrated, and confused, you're believing it. You're now giving it reality where it does not have reality. It's just your thoughts about reality. You're agreeing that it's your reality. Instead, accept the conditions as simply conditions that you get to determine the meaning of. Right? Bring them in because they're all God, they're all you, they're all part of who you are. Absorb them in that all that isness that you are and then decide what your reality is. Right? I am reality. I am source. My experience is what I say it is because I am all that is. That's why. It's not about waiting for 3D reality to catch up. You are 3D reality. Your experience of reality is your reality. It's you looking out and deciding how you're going to experience reality because that's reality. So it's not waiting for anything, right? Your experience of reality is reality. Those conditions of inner thoughts and feelings or outer physical people, events, and circumstances isn't reality and are not reality. Your experience of reality is. Your thoughts and feelings are not reality. Those are always changing. The physical people, events, and circumstances are not reality. Those are always changing. Reality doesn't change. The awareness within which everything takes place doesn't change. It's all power. It's all knowing. Right? And if it changes, it's not reality. It's an experience of reality, and you get the term that you are the one and only source of your experience. Whew. That's powerful today. And I love this quote I've talked about this in other videos, earlier videos, maybe a few years ago. The movie Next, with Nicolas Cage playing Chris Johnson, who could see 2 minutes into the future. And here's what he says. Here's the thing about the future. Every time you look at it, it changes because you looked at it. And that changes everything else. That's a powerful statement because it doesn't just change the future. It changes your past, it changes your present, and changes your future. It changes all time. From that present moment, every time you look, you're changing all reality. You're changing what you believe is your horizontal past and your hoped for horizontal future. You're changing all of it because you are reality, and your experience changes reality. Your experience is reality. That's why it changes, right? You are reality. Your experience is reality. It changes everything. You cannot see or perceive your new reality from where you are in your old reality. That's the message there. You can't see the path or way because you are the path and way. That's why Jesus said, I am the way. You can't see it from that old reality. Every time you look, the path changes. Every time you look, the way changes. You've got to be it. You've got to stand in it. Every time you look at it and think of your future reality, the path or way to it changes. The path or way to get there changes. That's why you must be it. Be it now. That's what we mean. So it's not really about specific or general. How you imagine it manifested already is to be that way, be that path. I am the way, I am the path, I am it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, and for being part of our membership channel. We have a live stream, our 9th live event, to be broadcast from the membership channel, exclusively to be aired on the membership channel on December 30th, 2023 at 9 a.m. in the morning, right here from the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. So 9 a.m. Pacific Coast Standard Time, we're going to come to you live. We're going to be answering your questions that you're sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. And in a few days, guys, we're going to be broadcasting from Boston. I think we even have a view of Fenway Park. So it's going to be great. Look for us in a few days. I will touch base with you. But also, guys, tomorrow and the next day, we're going to continue to have videos. We're going to continue to have content, so that doesn't stop. Plus, I got sessions right through up until I fly out. So lots of going on. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom coming to you from the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.